In August 1966, the quiet hillside of Vintem in Niterói lay beneath the sun, a place of tall grass and scattered scrub where children sometimes played. One such boy made a discovery that would puzzle investigators for decades. Two men lying side by side on the slope, dressed in suits and raincoats, their hands placed near their chests, their faces covered by heavy masks of dull gray lead. They looked less like victims than like sleepers awaiting a signal that never came. The police were called, and word spread quickly. The bodies were identified as Miguel José Viana and Manuel Pereira de Cruz, technicians from Campos dos Goitacazes, a town several hours away. To neighbors, they were known as skilled men, but also as seekers of the unusual, drawn to spiritualist practices and experiments involving unseen forces. They lived ordinary lives, yet carried with them private interests that few around them fully understood. Their final journey began 2 days earlier. On August 17th, they told their families they were traveling to Niterói to obtain materials for their work. They boarded a bus, carrying little more than a small sum of money, 2 crude lead masks, and a notebook. Witnesses recalled they stopped at a bar for mineral water, where Miguel appeared anxious, checking his watch repeatedly as though waiting for a precise hour. The men were last seen walking toward the hill, their faces set with purpose. When they were found, the scene raised more questions than answers. Beside them lay the empty bottle, a pair of towels, and a cryptic note. 16:30, be at the determined place. 18:30, take capsules. After effect, protect metals, await signal mask. No capsules were ever located. The men bore no signs of struggle, no wounds, no outward evidence of violence. The lead masks covered their eyes as if to shield them from a great brilliance, though none was ever reported. The autopsy, delayed for several days, could provide no clear cause of death. Decomposition had obscured any trace of common toxins. Official records offered little conclusion, leaving investigators with more mystery than fact. Speculation filled the gap. Some believed the men were spiritualists attempting a ritual, the masks meant to guard against a vision too intense for human sight. Others suggested a scientific experiment, perhaps with radiation or energy fields, their note serving as a technical instruction. Still, others pointed to rumors of UFO contact, that the men had ascended the hill to witness a light in the sky, preparing themselves for a signal that never arrived. Back in Campos, neighbors remembered their unusual pursuits. Both had spoken of spirits, of radiant beings, of experiments blending belief with science. One acquaintance was said to have survived a similar attempt months earlier, reinforcing the sense that this was part of a pattern, not a random tragedy. Yet no definitive evidence was ever found. No strangers were seen near the hill. No capsules were only the masks remained, fashioned by the men themselves, mute and heavy. Only the words in the notebook, brief and baffling. Only the image of 2 figures lying side by side in the grass, prepared for something beyond explanation. Decades later, the case is still remembered with unease. The hillside is unchanged, but the unanswered questions linger. What did Miguel and Manuel expect to see? What light or message did they prepare for? And what silence closed in upon them as they placed the lead upon their eyes?